Hello and welcome to another episode of Heckle Rezal where we're doing unboxing. It's from less of a special, we've got more of these going on. So let's have a look. But today we have the Nintendo Switch, which is obviously Nintendo's newest console. It's gimmicky for the fact that it can be used as a main console and a handheld console. So let's see how nice this is. The box itself is very nicely designed. You get down the side some nice images of what you can do with the console, and so that you've got a general idea. We've got a nice bit of packaging there. So let's get the box open. Always use the proper tools. Okay. Opening the box, it's nice smooth motion. Inside the box we're presented with the core console itself and the two main Joy-Cons. So we'll take these out. We get a heavily bubble wrapped, I'm assuming this is the docking station. Yep, that's the dock for the Switch. We have the Joy-Con mounts, so let's turn it into more of a traditional controller. At the side, here we get the, it turns the Joy-Cons into more of a nunchuck. People using the original Wii would be more familiar with that. And they supply you with two of those. We've got a HDMI cable, that's nice of them. A lot of things don't come with those these days. USB-C power block, which is nice to see them keeping with the modern versions of technology today. That's all good. Let's now have a look at the core console. Comes in a nice little sleeve. The console itself has nice weight. It's sort of like a small tablet in its dimensions, a little bit thicker than some. It's got the kickstand at the back that's designed so that you can play it on the go. It feels a bit flimsy, but I mean, for purpose it's going to do the job as long as you're careful with it and you're not stupid. Might be a bit difficult for kids, but no, that's fine. At the top here you've got where you insert your game cartridges. Headphone jack for portable play. You've got the volume control and the power button at the top there, and your USB-C charging slot. Repeatedly you get about 2 hours worth of gameplay while you're playing your main game. Let's have a look at the Joy-Cons. They provide you with two different colours. I believe you can get these in multiple colours if you choose to. These are designed for portable play so that they slot into the top of the Switch, side, there we go. And they click into place so that they are now, you're not going to be dropping your console while you're playing it. That actually feels quite nice in the hand. That's, you get your trigger buttons and your shoulder buttons, so it's much more like the traditional consoles. You've got your two thumb pads, directional, and you've got a D-pad and the XY BA. And just to the side here you've got your home button as well. So overall that's really nice layout for a portable console. Just behind the console and behind the shoulder buttons here on each of the Joy-Cons you've got the lock buttons which allow you to slide them off. This means that you can then use this with it. Slide them in, so if you're playing a game on the go but you've got yourself a Surface, you can prop up your console and play like this. If you're not using it with the main joypad adapter and you're playing more traditional Nintendo Wii style games, plug in these adapters which give you a couple of trigger buttons on the side there. You've got all of your standard controls. You've got your lanyards which you're for safety supposed to be using, because we all know those horror stories from when the Wii was released. Don't want no smashed TVs. And yeah, so you get to use them like that. And if you wanted to use it two-player in this mode, these controllers allow you to do that in the traditional mode. So these buttons here turn into directional or functional buttons. You get these to use, and and that's when he loses the game. We're going to take a quick look at the dock now. We notice down at the side you've got a cable management system and what looks like a space for potentially a second USB hard drive. It's got like a nice little slot there, I imagine that would get in the way of some of these cables, but you've got the AC adapter, you've got a USB 3 port, and you've got the HDMI out, so you can have all the cables coming through there, and it's just a nice bit of management there. You've got 2 USB ports on the front, and yeah, that's it. A fairly simple dock. Lets you have everything running through there so that you can easily charge the system. Just looking at the inside too, that's where the main USB-C port is. That provides functionality through the cable management, so it feeds everything through that into your TV. It's got a couple of bumpers each side to protect your switch from damage. I believe it's mostly guidance, but we'll see how well it works, and if we notice any damage in the future, we'll do another review to just show how bad it is. So let's now try out the console in its docking station and see how smoothly it goes in, because it's meant to be pretty seamless in its functionality. So that goes in, and not bad actually, if I have it in the right way the first time. So the screen faces towards the Joy-Con Switch logos at the front there, and not your Nintendo one. So it comes out and goes in. It's not bad. It takes a little bit of sliding. It's not quite as chink as it shows in the adverts, but overall, not bad. Let's power it up. So powering it up, you get your language choices. The touchscreen's fairly responsive. It allows you to choose which region you're in, and we're in Europe, so let's go with that. And then it gives you the option to read some important information. Nobody does that. And now it's searching for networks. We're successfully now connected to the network. It allows you to choose your time zone. Very standard setup stuff. And now asks you if you wanted to connect it to the TV now or later. We're not going to do that now, so we're going to do that later. And now it's like, how would you like to use the Joy-Cons? It's like, use the left sticks and the side sticks on the side. Now we've got these connected. Pressing A, and now it tells you the different methods that you can use it with. We're using it with the joypads on the side, and now it wants me to set up a nickname. So we've got our profile set up, and it requires a system update like everything in the world. So while the system updates, we've got it going through its process at the moment. We're going to unbox a couple of the games that we received with it. We have Zelda Breath of the Wild, which looks to be an amazing game. And we have Super Mario Odyssey, one of the latest in the Super Mario series. So let's get them open using the prop tools. Inside, they're fairly sparse. You'd expect manuals and leaflets and such, like you would get in a DS game, but no, you just get the cartridges. This is my first view of the Switch cartridges, and they are small. They are roughly the size of a standard SD card. A little bit smaller, I'd say. But let's compare that to the size of the cartridges you would get on a standard DS. This here we have Pokemon Y, and it's quite a lot smaller. I mean, I'd be concerned that they're easy to lose, but if you take care of your stuff, you should be fine. So now we're going to test Breath of the Wild in the console. So here we have the game. It's similar to the DS interface. We're going to ignore the update for the software right now. Liking the shadow shading on the animation. Bit of a slow-paced intro. I think that's me in the game. So the in-game graphics look quite nice. It's running at 720. If you have it inserted into the main console and running on the TV, it'll be at 1080. Get your dash. I think it's looking for a sword that's just not there. But yeah, that's quite smooth. You get your camera angle changing, so You can be running and change the camera. Guessing that's a shield that's probably just not there. And you get to recenter the camera, so if you've been looking around, the left trigger recenters that for you. So yeah, I mean, this plays quite smoothly. I mean, we're not going to go too deep into the gameplay, it's not what this video is about, but I'd be quite happy playing this. The screen quality is very nice. Little reflective, if you're in high sunlight it might be an issue. But other than that, no, yeah, very, very nice. Okay, so we have a quick look at a game. Let's have a look at how the console compares in comparison to some of the older consoles. So, firstly, we'll compare it against the Wii. We don't have a Wii U because nobody wanted those. So we've got the Wii U, sporting a nice Zelda front end there. And outside, it's standard packaging. It's going to be smaller. It's always going to be smaller. But let's check it against the docking station. So comparing it against the docking station, the console itself is still quite a lot smaller than the Wii. It's probably the smallest home console you're going to buy. It's really nice compact, it's not going to take up a lot of space on the side of your TV, it's going to be very easy to place between other devices you've got. Very nice, I quite like it. So yeah, that's that. Now let's compare it against some of the older handheld consoles. So here we have an original Nintendo 3DS and a Game Boy Advance SP. Obviously, it's a lot bigger, which for me is a great thing. It's having a screen size that is this large compared to how small these are. It's going to reduce eye strain, it's going to look better, the quality is going to be a lot nicer. In terms of feel in the hand compared to the original consoles, on the 3DS, unless you're using a circle pad, it doesn't feel nice. It's very small, it's for somebody with my hand size, it's not great. Whereas on the Nintendo Switch, you completely eliminate that. It feels very nice, very sturdy in the hand. Compared even further back to the Game Boy Advance SP, this is, I mean, back in the day, this felt fine, but we have so much better now, so. This, much better as a portable handheld console. It's more akin to holding a PSP. It's got a larger screen, it's a nicer feel, really, really good in the hands. Definitely rated for that. Now we're going to compare it against the original nunchuck controllers of the Nintendo Wii. With everyone familiar with most of the world, you get the side nunchuck and you get the Wiimote itself. Right-handed, so it should go this way around. But you can use them any way around as you can with these ones. So yeah, that's not bad. You get a cable connection between them, whereas with these ones, no obstructive cable in the way, so you get a lot more free range of movement. They feel not quite as nice in the hand like this as the original Wiimotes did. I think it's because of the smaller size, but I think getting the benefit of no cable in between, it's probably going to give a better overall experience than the original Wiimotes. So another advantage over the original nunchucks and Wiimotes is that these are independent. You don't require having one to work the other. So you can just use one, you can use both, depending on the game you're playing. So that's another big plus. Overall, it's a decent design. So now we have a comparison against the original Nintendo GameCube controller. This one was probably one of my favourite controllers back in the day. The smaller analog always felt a bit odd to me, but you had a nice button array. It was a bit odd that only had the one shoulder button, but it always felt quite nice in the hand. When comparing it against the new Switch controller, obviously it's wireless, you don't get the cord in the way, so you get a bit more freedom of motion. And an initial viewing of it, I thought it wasn't going to feel very nice in the hand. It looks like it's going to be clunky, but actually it's not bad. It feels quite good. You've got easy access to all of the buttons. Nothing feels like it's going to be obstructive while you're playing it. It's not the same as using a modern console's controller like the Xbox or the PS4. I feel they feel a bit better in the hand, but this isn't bad. It's not bad at all. So yeah, as something that comes with the console and has so much versatility to it, they've done a good job. One thing we saw an issue with the controllers so far is that there's no way to charge the Joy-Cons separately, aside from having them attached to the screen and having the screen either plugged into the main cords or in the dock. This causes an issue because this gives you an interruption of play. The console's designed so that, and majorly pitched, so that you can play it either in the dock and be playing long term on the TV screen as a main console, or on the go. On the go seems to be less affected by this flaw. Using it as a main console, as a potential replacement for your other consoles, you're going to be suffering interruption of play. It's going to be a case of when they run out, you've got to plug them into charge. Nothing you can do about it. You could be potentially without gameplay for some time. So in my opinion, that is a major flaw on half of the Switch. Other than that, I've been very impressed. It feels nice in the hand, the portability is very nice, it uses modern charging technology, so you're going to get a fairly quick charge, and the dock works fairly well. So overall, a great review. Thank you for sticking with us today. It was quite a lot of content covered. Next time we'll be unboxing the optional controller that you can use with the Wii Switch. Please join us again for that, and if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe.